Motocross is a pretty misunderstood and not so common sport, so a lot of times it's difficult to describe. I say, well, I just sit down and twist my wrist, but you know that's usually the common misconception. It's not like a mountain bike, it's not a road bike. It is a 220-pound motorcycle, and we reach speeds of 60 miles an hour sometimes. There's a lot of things that I could get complicated telling my friends, but I always tell people that there's no timeouts. If you fall over, you got to get up because you're only losing time. The longer you stay on the ground, the further the people are getting away from you.
He was one of our really fast Arizona stars, came through riding the little bikes to big bikes. Next thing we knew, man, he was on it.
Early on it was not near as nerve-wracking, and it's just kind of fun. They do these tip-overs in the corner and the parents are yelling and screaming, and you can go out on the track, and the beginning of it is very innocent.
Started racing when I was 3. We started out local races here in Arizona. I was about 10 to 12, so I raced that for a few years. I won a couple state championships when I was younger on 65s. We're getting better and better, so we moved up, started racing more national events, striving for the national championship at Loretta Lynn's. For a motocross standpoint from high school, I really had to step my game up. I've always put academics first. It was tough to balance. When we go on the road, I'd be traveling across the country, I'd miss school for a week, and I'd have to study and keep up on my grades. So, we'd practice, race for the day, whatever it may be, get back to the hotel or the house we're staying at. My dad would work on the bikes, and I'd go inside and study for a few hours. I was a member of National Honor Society, and then I'm in the media broadcasting program at Arcadia.
Each year you strive for that Loretta Lynn's, and we compete in one of the toughest areas, being the Southwest region, and they only take 4 riders out of your division.
So Loretta Lynn's is the national championship and brings out the best of the best. The whole industry's there. That's really where you get recruited into the pro ranks, really where you're under the watchful eye of sponsors, and really the pinnacle of our sport. So AZ Open is one of the stops for the AMA Nationals.
It's the final national amateur race every year right here in Arizona, every December, and kids come from all over the country out here.
We had a lot of 5ths and 6ths, and we just missed it. So when we transitioned out of the small bikes to the big bikes, being the 125, he really got up to speed really quick and was going fast and was doing very well at a national here, and then unfortunately he went down and broke his leg.
The first 10 years of racing, I never broke a bone, which was actually miraculous because most of my friends have broken 10 by the time I broke 1. I had hopes of the national championship that year. We were actually preparing to qualify, and that derailed it for that year. Did about 6 weeks of recovery and then 8 weeks of rehab.
So we moved to 250s, and then we started to make another charge for Loretta, and he broke his arm early in the year. We had 6 weeks off, and the first day out, he broke it again.
There was about a year and a half where racing was real tough for me. I went to school for a few weeks in a wheelchair and then some crutches for a while. Broken arm's not too bad. You can do most anything with a broken arm. I just asked for a waterproof cast.
We lost the whole summer. We decided we were going to come back at the 1st of November and train for a month and make the national here in December.
How about Mark Dawson on the 581? Side-by-side action battle for second place.
The 581 of Mark Dawson moving into second, it looks like.
And he won a title.
Mark Dawson, by way of Phoenix, Arizona, claiming a championship by way of 2, 4, and 1 moto scores.
Oh, we love it, man. We love it when the hometown kids, because you get to watch them come through and go through everything, and then really that race is so different. It's just crazy tough, and for a local guy to get through all of that is like a feat in itself.
You've watched somebody try their whole life to get that, and when they get it, you're speechless. You don't know what to say. I still am. It still moves me. It was pretty cool.
Well, Loretta Lynn's, I was fortunate enough to qualify last year. Went there, I ran top 10, so my division, that was great, against all the best riders. It was an experience I'll never forget, and I'm happy to have done as well as I did.
Mark Dawson, give it up to 2PC champion here at the 2017 AMA Arizona Open.
The decision to not race was difficult. It's been a part of my life, my entire life. Once I had aspirations to be a pro, and Unfortunately, it wasn't quite going to pan out. I wasn't going to get there without giving up the other things that I really wanted. You know, I wanted to keep my education. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to pursue a career.
I thought it was time, and I was worried about having to burst his bubble about being a pro. I think that, you know, he's that kind of young man that he wants to do things bigger than what he is.
It was just always kind of a calling that I wanted to serve my country, that I wanted to lead a life of significance. You know, I've been an adrenaline junkie my whole life riding these things, so, you know, I figured while I was thinking about how I could do that, flying jets would be awesome. I applied to the Air Force Academy. I got nominated by 2 senators. I really put everything I had into the application and really wanted to go there. And unfortunately, I didn't get into the academy.
For us, it's par for the course. You know, nothing's ever handed to you, and anything worth having is worth working for. So I'm a big quote guy, and you know, I always have these quotes for them just because we live off of those, and I always tell them that those who say it can't be done are often interrupted by somebody doing it.
You know, people always ask me if I'm super bummed out about it, and if motocross, really I can relate to that has taught me anything, is that I can only do the best I can, and you know, at that point, much like a race, you put what you have, and you know, you hope the cards fall in the right place. So, plan B now. I'm happy with it. I'm really excited to go to ASU. I'm really excited to be a part of the Air Force ROTC program and pursue that dream, and we're going to be striving for that for the next few years.
Motocross is more of a love than a career, probably, but it also is something you can never get out of your system, never. So I'll see him back here till he has kids, and he'll be out here with his kids. You'll never forget racing with your kids. So,
man, it's hard to put into words how much my dad has done for me. You know, like I said, this is such a big family sport. You know, it puts a huge tax on him watching me get hurt. You know, it's even more than the money and the time that goes into it, which, believe me, is no small figure. But yeah, I mean, traveling around the country, he's taken me all over, you know, dumped everything he had into it, late nights, early mornings. He works all week, wakes up on the weekend early to take me to the track to train. We work all afternoon. So yeah, I'm really grateful that I've had a father that'll put so much time into it and really support me at what my passion is.
You know, we've done this all these years, and you recognize that this phase of our lives come to an end. It's been a great end. Finishing at Loretta Lynn's was cool, and so it's emotional for me because it's over. Now you watch your children grow, and you hope you built the right foundation for them to be prepared for this world.
This sport is great. It's a family sport. It's really taught me to stay determined, stay persistent towards my goals. If I fall on the track, like I said before, I got to get up because, you know, I'm only losing time. And I think that's similar. That taught me a lot about, you know, making mistakes or, you know, getting beat down in life, to where just to pick myself up and keep on going.
You got to dream of success to be successful. Prepare yourself for that dream. You'll be ready for the reality of it. Advice to any parents out there, you know, you gotta, you know, let your kids find that passion and make your kids your hobby. You know, we need more of that these days. Make your kids your hobby.